rights movement. I honestly can't believe there's guys like you in the Republican Party.
Here's my question for you. Do you acknowledge the impact that Republicans had during the civil rights movement? Do you acknowledge that?
I acknowledge the parties flipped. People moved. There was a migration of people between the parties.
Do you acknowledge that Robert Byrd, who was the dean of the Senate, Robert Byrd, who was a lawyer for the Klan, never changed parties, stayed a Democrat to the day he died? Do you acknowledge that?
In racially homogenous districts, they like social welfare programs, they like democratic ideas, but they also are racist as hell sometimes.
Do you acknowledge that the federal judge in Montgomery, Alabama was a Republican, appointed by a Republican, and that was the judge that overrode the laws around the
I know we got a lot of Democrats in sheep's clothing. I know we got a lot of Democrats in sheep's clothing, and they're going to get weeded out soon.
I'm not talking about Democrats. I'm talking about what Republicans did in the civil rights era.
We got rhinos. We got dinos and we got rhinos.
Can I ask you the last question? Which party actually supported the KKK?
I'm going to come to your district and register a lot of poor people. I'm going to register them. I'm going to get the felons that have had their voting rights taken away that don't even know they can vote still now. I worked on felons voting rights in Florida 7 years ago.
You ready? You ready for this one?
I'm going to come to your district and I'm going to register so many people. I have nothing but time.
Do you remember the amendment about restoration of voting rights? You ready? I endorsed it. I supported it.
Thank you for that.
I did that because when you pay your debt to society, you get to come back and be in America. I believe that.
Do you agree as a member? Hang on, I'm sorry, ma'am. But as a member of Congress, because I was just in D.C. on Monday for Trans-State Visibility, and I would like you, as a member of Congress, to rise up and support LGBTQ+ youth and stop this fucking insane attack on our children who know who they are.
Number one,
no. Of course you're not, because you're a fascist. You're a trace. You're a race traitor and you are a fascist.
I asked you a question. You said you wanted me to. I said I don't agree, and then you start yelling at me. You call me a fascist. You call me a race traitor, and you want me to agree with you? What are you talking about, ma'am? I'm a constitutionalist. Ma'am, I'm a constitutionalist. I believe in freedom and liberty for everybody. I believe in the U.S. Constitution. I believe in everybody's freedoms and rights. But if I don't agree, hold on. But when I don't agree with you, then all of a sudden I'm a fascist. That's what's wrong. If all you want to do is yell and scream and curse when I don't agree with you, I'm sorry, ma'am. You are now in the 20% of America.
You don't need to worry because you will never get my vote, and you don't live here.
I'm gonna be your governor. Trust me.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am. That was wrong. And the American people responded.
After a few generations, people get a little complacent and lazy in this country. Haven't you noticed how there's an abundance of food and there's an abundance?
Why would you call the American people lazy? I would say the incentive structure is a bad policy.
We need new families to come in that are hungry, that are ready to work hard
legally.
You know, not everybody can be like a college professor. We need to turn wrenches in this country. We need tradesmen. You know, not everybody can be talking for a living.
We can actually help fix mental health issues. We can work on that.
That's actually beautiful.
This is a beautiful thing.
You shouldn't start by calling people Nazis. Look at this.
She called me a Nazi and it went down.
This man's going to be your next governor.
You want to shake hands?
That's incredible.
Listen, you know what?
This is an incredible
I'm
moment.
happy to shake your hand because I would rather do positive things. Even though my opponents will probably clip it and be like, see look what he's doing.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Homeless off the streets.
Can I get
Build the guillotines.
How much you pay you guys to be race
Can you apologize for Nazi up to
I don't think you're a Nazi.
What policy in Florida's last 25 years?
All right, what I believe you should do right now is study the law.
Sorry,
I believe you should. Yeah, of course.
I'm going to interrupt right here.
Okay, I'm not.
Sorry,
This is why.
I'm sorry, I spent 4 years in the legislature.
And that was.
I wrote some of the laws.
Right, I know you wrote some of the laws. I follow you.
Which one?
All right. There are too many to name right now.